Good morning, everyone. Today, we will be dealing with the steps in production planning and control. The various steps involved are planning, routing, scheduling, loading, dispatching, follow up, inspection, and corrective actions, wherein routing, scheduling, loading will be coming under planning. Dispatching, follow-up, inspection, corrective actions will be coming under control. So before going to the steps in PPC, let us see what are the levels of planning which are done in a production unit. There are mainly three types of planning which is being done. First one is called strategic planning. Second one is called tactical planning, and the third one is called operational planning. Strategic planning consists of thinking about the organization's current mission, environment, and setting the future decisions. So strategic planning is something which focuses on product lines, markets, location, layout, etc. It is mainly done by the top management and it is for a longer duration. Second one, tactical planning. It focuses on aggregate products rather than individual specific products. We are not taking care of one product but an aggregate of products. We will be specifying the employment, machinery and utility plans, subcontractors which we are going to approach, material supply plans, etc. in tactical planning. Usually, if strategic planning is done for a long term, tactical planning is usually done for an intermediate or medium range time horizon. It will be between 6 to 18 months, that is 6 months to 1.5 years. This is mainly done by middle management. This is long term, this is medium term, done by top management, which is strategic, done by middle level management, tactical, and the next one is called operational planning, that is concerned with utilization of existing facilities rather than creating of new facilities. For example, utilization of raw materials, machines, etc., specifying the quantity of specific products to be produced, production schedule, day-to-day issues. These will be dealt in operational planning. It is a short time span. It may vary from a week to few months. It is mainly done by low level or lower level management or junior level management. So these are the different types of planning which will be there in a production unit. Now let us look into details what are the various processes or steps which are involved in production planning and control. So production planning and control consists of two. One is production planning and the next one is production control. In production planning, there is the actual plan which is being made. After that, there are steps like routing, scheduling and loading which will be coming under production planning. And under production control, we will have dispatch, follow-up, inspection and corrective actions. The function of production planning and control involves coordination and integration of the factors of production for optimum efficiency. Okay. A successful production planning and control program tries to minimize the idleness of men and machines, optimizes the number of setups required, keep the inventories at satisfactory level, reduces material handling and storage cost, and ensures that the quantity and quality is good at a lower cost. So if we have a successful production and planning control, we will be able to reduce the idleness of the resources and optimum use of resources, and consequently permits quantity and quality production at low unit cost. So in production planning, again we will just brush upon what you mean by production planning. It is a technique of foreseeing every step in a long series of separate operation, each steps to be taken at right time and in the right place, and each operation to be performed in maximum efficiency. Now let us see what you mean by routing. Routing is a planned activity which is undertaken to determine the best route for manufacturing a certain product. Okay. So basically under routing, we will be establishing the operations, path and the sequence. What operations to be performed? Operations. We will be looking into the operations, the path, and the sequence which need to be established. What are the objectives of routing? First one, it helps to decide the most feasible sequence of operation and to ensure that the same are followed. What is the sequence to be followed and whether it is being followed. Second one is it utilizes the inputs like machine, material, men, etc. in most economical way. The last objective of routing is it influences the design of the factory layout, buildings, machines, etc. So this is about routing. The advantages of routing are it determines the sequence of manufacturing operations. It ensures the strict adherence to the sequence so determined. It strives for the best possible and the cheapest sequence of operation. And there are many other advantages of routing. What are the different techniques of routing? First one is route card. This card always accompanies with job throughout all operation. Okay, there will be which is the job and what are the operations which will come under this job, that will be written, and that is kept in route card. It indicates the material used during a manufacturing and their progress from one operation to another. The another method is worksheet. It contains manufacturing and instruction regarding routing of every part with identification number of machine. Then there is route sheet and move order methods which is used in routing. So the four techniques of routing are route card, worksheet, route sheet and move order. Now next one is scheduling. So before moving to the objectives of scheduling, let us just see what is scheduling. Work scheduling is defined as the assignment of starting and completion time for the various operations to be performed. Okay, when should start and when it will be completed. So that will be assigned for each operations in scheduling method. The objectives of scheduling are meeting customer and finished goods inventory delivery requirement, to achieve required rate of output with a minimum delay, then to maximize utilization of men, to prevent unbalanced use of time, then to complete the production at total minimum total cost, to deliver products as per the delivery schedules committed to the customers. So these are the objectives of scheduling. Like told, there are different methods used in routing. Similarly, there are different types of schedules which are being used. One is called master schedule, other one is operation schedule, and the last one is daily operation schedule. Master schedule indicates desired quantities of each type of product to be produced on a daily, weekly, or a monthly basis in order to meet the customer's orders or forecasted demand. Operation schedule, it refers to fixing the total time required to do a particular piece of work. So master schedule indicates what type of products to be produced for a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly basis in order to complete your customer order. Operation schedule refers to fixing a final total time required to do a particular piece of work, and daily operation schedule means the time required to do each detailed operation of a given job with assigned mission or process. So there are three types of schedules: master schedule, operation schedule, and daily operation schedule. Master schedule will be indicating the quantities of different types of products to be produced on a daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly basis in order to satisfy the customer. Operation schedule is nothing but the time required to do a particular piece of work. Daily operation schedule is the time required to do detailed operation of a given job. Okay, so that's all about scheduling. The next one is loading. So loading is the step of execution of scheduled plan as per the route chalked out. It includes the assignment of work to the person at their mission or workplaces. So assigning work to a particular person with the missions or the work or in the workplaces is called loading. So loading determines who will do the work, as routing determines where, and scheduling determines when it shall be done. So loading is giving the schedule and the route plan to the person who has to do the work. So these are the steps which are involved in planning. So basically in planning we have planning, routing, scheduling, and loading. Next one is production control. The steps involved are dispatching, follow-up, inspection, and corrective action. So production control is the process of planning production in advance of operation, establishing the exact route of an individual item, part, or assembly, setting, starting and finishing for each important item, assembly or finishing production, and releasing the necessary orders, as well as initiating the necessary follow-up to have smooth function of enterprise. Basically in production planning, if you have seen, you will be planning and making what route should be followed and what schedule to be followed, and based on the route and schedule it will be assigned to a person uh, through loading. Okay, so the person will be knowing which machine to be used, and like in that workplace what he has to do. This much is done in production planning. Once that is done, how it is done, or evaluation of the plan, or complete execution of the plan will be done in production control. First step is dispatching. It is the physical handling. It is the physical handing over of a manufacturing order to the operating facility. That is, operating facility is nothing but a worker to the release of orders and instructions in accordance with a previously developed plan of activity, that is both the routing and scheduling, established by scheduling session of production planning and control department. So dispatching, it is a function which determines by whom the job shall be done and it coordinates the production. Dispatching is the most important activity of production planning and control. It is defined as a physical release of work authorization to a operating facility in accordance with a previously established plan developed by routing and scheduling functions. Once we know the route and the schedule to be performed, it will be given assigned to the person who has to do it, the machines which has to be loaded with, and once that is done, the machine or the men will start doing the work assigned. That is called dispatching. The next step in production control is follow-up. Sorry. Next is follow-up. Every production program involves determination of progress of work, removing bottlenecks in the flow of work, and ensuring that the productive operations are taking place in accordance with the plans. Whether everything is going according to the plan, where there is any delays or deviation from the production plan, this will be dealt in follow-up. And inspection is nothing but what is intended out of the production, whether it is coming in the right quality. Okay, so in this method we will be in inspection we will be ensuring a quality of goods. It can be required as an effective agency of production control. Inspection, all quality inspection will be done in all the stages of production, or once the production plan is done, we will be checking in the actual production which is happening whether the whatever is needed as specification by the customers are met, and this is done using inspection. And the last and final steps in production and planning control is corrective action. Corrective action may define any of those activities of adjusting the route, rescheduling of work, changing the workloads, repairs and maintenance of the machinery or equipment, control of inventories, or deviations caused by poor performance of employees. All those things, whatever measures have to be taken in order to make sure that there is no gap between the actual performance and the planned performance, is done using corrective measures. So these are the steps. Let's just see the steps once again. Okay, in production planning and control, there are two steps. One is production planning, the other one is production control. In production planning, there are four steps. First one, planning itself, routing, scheduling and loading. Once plan is being done, it will be routed, where it will be given which are the machines and what are the sequence to be followed. Scheduling is at what time it should start and complete, and loading is nothing but the person whom it is assigned, the schedule is handed over. Dispatching is making sure once the schedule and a route is given using loading, it is followed carefully and it is executed through dispatching. Following up is nothing but to ensure that everything is going smoothly. It determines the progress of work, removing of bottlenecks, etc. Inspection is nothing but whether everything is based on the customer specification. The quality checks which are being done is done through inspection. And corrective action is nothing but if there is any activities which need to be adjusted, reschedule of work which need to be done, repairs and maintenance of machines, all those things are being done correctly. So these are the steps involved in production planning and control. Hope you understood. Thank you very much. So in unit 4 we have mainly dealt with what is production planning and control definition, importance, benefits, limitations, and in today's session we have dealt with what are the steps involved in production planning and control, and the different types of planning also I just talked about. It was strategic planning, tactical planning, and operational planning. So that's all about the production planning and control. Thank you.